Good morning, children. How are you today, hmm? Did you zap all your dweezels? Ack. God, my back went off last night. It kind of reminds me of that episode of fucking Red Dwarf about, like, positive viruses. It's like, man, I kind of get, like, a physiotherapy virus while I'm asleep or some shit. Oh well. Diddling! I'm not sure how diddle became, or how widespread even diddle as effectively a euphemism for being molested. Or molesting, really. You know, one diddles, one is diddled. I mean, I know there's that song from Tommy called Fiddle About, which I'm going to recommend watching if you haven't. Man. Uh, there's somehow diddle. I think it's just because diddle doesn't get, what's diddle? It doesn't show up anywhere else, except here. Like, it's the only other fucking context I can think of the word diddle popping in. So it's like, oh, you've been diddled. The diddler. Ugh. Alright. I kind of want to look at the images of this one first. Unscramble the verses, put together the nursery rhymes, and watch them come to life. We make learning fun. I mean, I suppose, like, you're never too young to learn about diddling, and you should probably learn about diddling when you were young. Did Jeremy Diddler diddle kids? Was that part of the farce? I mean, that's the thing. Like, sometimes you can trace word origins to a point, but finding where the idiomatic component of it, like, I'm pretty sure it's relatively modern. Diddle as being about molestation. Alright. There are just so many poor choices to that cat drawing up there. Now, that's one of those ones where, like, someone who probably does know how to draw drew that, but then didn't really think about the realities that having to draw it with, like, fucking, maybe 50 pixels we're gonna present. What the fuck? I mean, honestly, I'd like to congratulate fucking DOSBox for playing this at what seems to be the correct speed. Huh. Alright. Well, it's unsurprising, really, that there's no space, maybe? Maybe it isn't going at the correct speed. What the fuck's going on? Ah! It's not its fault, you know? That's the thing. It's not its fucking fault. Like, there's I think it's like Clark Gable's last movie. He's like a cowboy in the waning days of when cowboys were relevant, and he's old. And, like, the whole point is he's too old to be a cowboy anymore, and cowboys are dying off. It's not, it's not a real thing. And I think it's also like fucking what's her name? Marilyn fucking Monroe's last movie as well. But anyway, the cowboy's name is just Gay. Like, literally, like, beginning and end, full stop, that's his name is Gay. And so the whole fucking movie is them calling this fucking dying out cowboy gay. And That's one of those things where it's not the film's fault, you know, it's just the fucking glacial, you know, geographical shift of language. And it's not Hey Diddle Diddle's fault that a game titled Diddle would also have the opening sentence, I love little pussy. It's just an unfortunate conflux of historical events. Still, though, that's fucking funny. Oh. I mean, let's face it. We're not gonna top that, and I wouldn't want to injure myself in the attempt. Hezerin. Oh, fuck. Reminds me of just how many French songs there are that are about just molesting, like, 13-year-old girls. It's like a father-daughter singer duo, like, released it was either an album or a song called Lemon Incest. And then we're kind of, like, surprised. People were like, is this about you two fucking? You weirdos? You have been transported to the strange and wondrous land of Hezerin, a world held in the grip of an evil tyrant, the sorcerer Anjith. As a sworn-in member of the Adventurers Guild, you cannot ignore the inhabitants' plea for help, and although you no doubt this will stop you from acquiring the odd treasure along the way, your ultimate task is to overcome the tyrant and free the peasants from his oppressive reign. I mean, if life's taught me anything, it's that, like, unilateral overthrowing a monarch might seem like a good idea, but unless you've got, like, a follow-up, you know, is there a power structure in place? Do any of these fucking peasants have the first clue about how to sort of, you know, institute rule of law and manage a democracy? Because if they don't, you're just like, A, they're going to look at you like you're in charge now. And I mean, that's a whole fucking, you know, separate set of problems. Or B, it's just going to be some other chud. Like, getting people out of breaking the chud cycle is hard. Requires a lot more time and effort than just fucking hurling a dipshit off of a fucking throne. On the bleak streets of the 21st century, street races drive to the death. Sweet. Alright. This is the shit I got the fucking, you know, this is why I'm using the 8-bit dough with the two fucking, this is the twin sticks time. I'm gonna be able to play this properly from Go. I mean, the last one was just a fucking text adventure. You didn't miss anything. That launched so painlessly, I'm almost suspicious. This doesn't feel like a... Okay, that's... I love that that looks like just another suburban car that got, like, the fucking Back to the Future treatment, you know? I mean, I'm not an expert on, like, future death races, but I feel like a giant metal bagel is probably not the best. Like, I feel like that's, you know, you've taken a warship into something that still does have a racing component to it. Anglaise. Don't fucking go down. Oh, there we go. Maximum texture. I'm not going to fiddle with the resolution in this because it, like, freaks me out. Like, sometimes stuff just doesn't work right. And I don't want to fucking... Alright, well that's... Fucking Hey Diddle Diddle worked. How the fuck does Hey Diddle Diddle work, but this doesn't? This just doesn't make any sense. I mean, I have no way of knowing if I'm going the right speed here. That's just... I mean, I am meant to be going fast. I do know that. Okay, up, down, left, right. Let's change. Okay, pause. Okay, brake, accelerate. Alright. Seems relatively simple. Alright, no, that is going too fucking fast. Okay. Oh, that is going too fucking slow. Alright, that is definitely still too fast. Handling's a bit to get used to. And now, hey. Oh, okay, that's the, like, the pit. Look, you fucking, you minge. Alright, well, you know what? There's something here. Like, you know what this would be good with? The fucking HOTUS. This is not really, like, you need something with a long fucking... Ow. Alright, I'm crashing a little bit. I'm guessing we don't get to, like, murder in the pits. I'm guessing there's rules about that. Am I coming first? What's happening here? I appear to be launching missiles. Oh, I got a lock on. I'm out of fucking missiles. That's fucking typical. Yeah, this is one of those ones where you really need that, like, long travel. Let's just not go through the pits for babies. Ow, who's doing that? Fucking knock it off. I'm still coming 8th because I was crashing a bunch. Fucking, that sucks. Is there a way to get more? That's probably in the pit. There's other views. Ow. Oh. Music's not what I'd call amazing. Getting the timing right on that one's a little bit tricky. But there's something there. That's you know, that's a fun game once I get it fiddled with. But like if you tilt the thumbstick like here, the thing goes whee! And I feel like I could fiddle with that a little bit to get the thumbstick, you know, analog to kind of match that analog, but it does feel better. Like, I feel like that's a game where it's like, alright, you got, like, your forward and shit, and then you got a nice big joystick with a lot of fucking play on it. Peter Molyneux. Him and his promises. Just, you know, all you gotta... This game looks like it was made by, like, an Eastern European stop-motion film company. Dot, 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 dot. Okay. This is from 2018. That's interesting. Alright, so there's a robot spider and a girl called Olivia. Alright. Well, we've met those two. Okay. This feels like a modern version of okay. Endless vastness of the Lyra constellation. Vega seems to be very close now. There is no planetary orbit in sight. An incident must have interrupted your journey to Kepler 62. The only exit is to the east. Flashing red warning lights reflected in the palladium glass walls. The hibernation chamber is to the west, while your private area is to the east. In the north, you get to the Polaris. Command unit protected by security door. We'll go east. Digital library. Messy desk. I don't want to play text adventures, man. I'm not going to sit down to play a fucking text adventure. Is the spider good or bad? I feel like that's the big question we'd have here. I mean, is it like a robot spider with, like, spider goals? Because that, I feel... Kind of changes things. I like that we're kind of getting like the Ants in a Bug's Life version of like Killer Spider horror movies. Because there's Sting and there's Infestation. And that's kind of cool because they're both a little bit different, you know? Sting's about one giant mutant spider. Infestation is about a lot of mutant spiders. You get both. It's like how we're getting wacky Godzilla movies and serious Godzilla movies at the same time. I like this. I like that there's space for both now. Because in the old days, you just had to fucking wait. You know, it'd be like, all right, well, they're doing wacky ones for the next, like, I don't know, 15 years. So I guess we'll just, like, you know, just wait. You know, you had to basically, like, wait for the seasons to change. You are standing smack dab in the middle of downtown Rondale Circle. Rondale Circle is a town in the middle of nowhere. Population 4,936. The town's high school football logo, the Hornet, is below you. It is about 6:25 on a Friday night. All the stores are open, and all the hicks are a hoppin' and a hollerin'. It's gonna be one of those nights. This is where your adventure in Hicktown begins. Yes, I'm not Picasso, so let's quit the snickering. Alright. You know, funnily enough, I think that actually contains Picasso-ish elements. Like, if you're gonna talk about not being a very good artist, I probably just don't use Picasso. Particularly if your primary concern is your art not looking like the things it is meant to look like. This is a funny little cluster of fucking text adventures, man. Now, see, this game would pair well with, like, fucking Hezarin. Because, see, now, you know, you have to have, like, that post-revolution stuff. You have to have that shit. I just love that there are just big chunks of Earth that produce exactly that haircut mustache dude. Like, 'cause I just can't grow that mustache or hair. It's just not physically possible. Chimerica. Presidente. Build, like, you know, infrastructure. And from the top down, murder the corrupt. Like, up to about 5% of corruption. That's one thing. But you can't just be, like, taking everything and not building the thing you're supposed to be fucking building. Like, people will notice that shit eventually. So I feel like eliminating government corruption is upstream. That would ensure, like, those other two. See, equitably is a nice term there. That's a good word as opposed to equally. Infrastructure. Because, like, look, you can't, you gotta get people to not be peasants anymore. You know, you give them, like, you get toilets and roads and shit going. I mean, those would be the, plumbing. Plumbing first. Maybe power first, because you might need power to set up the plumbing. Probably roads as well. I mean, it's not a job without its challenges. I just don't have the mustache to do that. Do not have the mustache for that game. This feels like one of those ones that's Korean. Virtual reality engine, if you say so. I do love like just the. These are different images. There's the higher res one, and then there's like the blurry one. It's just great. So glad we've got both. Oh, I hope this works. He's got a loincloth. He doesn't want you to see his bug penis. Bug penis. Look at him. Doesn't the bug penis usually live inside the body? You know? Isn't like they're just a sort of bio loincloth made out of like keratin? You know? I mean, I do wish I had like a keratin fucking shield. Like, it's just something about balls being in just a little paper thin sack that just doesn't sit right with me. That's not, you know, that's not smart. That isn't what you'd call intelligent design. Fucking high quality? Oh, yeah, fine. Look, just soft enterprises. I've never heard of that. I think that's something the Germans made up. And I don't mean invented, I think they just fucking concocted it. I mean, look, so far so good. Okay. Hopefully this doesn't... I bet I have to swap these. That is a very understated title sequence. Alright, look, let's fucking get to it. Once again, my fucking attack button is somehow also mapped as just some other weird shit. Which is fucking doing my head in. Okay, space just... Space doesn't even appear to... Okay, control... Control does stabbing. Yeah, you see what I mean? Like, enter, start, keyboard space. Fuck, keyboard space. No. Who did this? Maybe fucking think. Like, 14 different things are mapped to space. How... Alright, I think I'm just going to use the fucking controller for one part, and the keyboard for stabbing. Now, what is it? There was some fucking thing about that flickering. It's not that. What is it, that? I can't remember now. Well, I killed it. Oh, it's back. Look at that. Okay. Alright, well, I don't think we're going to get rid of that flickering at any point. Like, that's what, like, my stab button does. So it fucks with the screen size. Okay, got some kind of map. Look up and look down are also still somehow mapped to, like, forward and back, so that's not fun. Get him. Alright, that is like a fucking bajillion miles away from me. That's funny. Ah, what the fuck? Why are you alive? Oh. There we go. Oh, Mr. Gun. I mean, this is not great. Some kind of mine. What am I fucking stuck on? Hey, a mini-map. That's actually pretty swish. Not a lot of those getting about back in the day. I mean, sometimes I'm just like stuck on shit, and I don't have any earthly fucking clue why. Probably like German for airlock or some shit. I can't turn while I'm walking, so that's kind of a bummer. What's going on? Ah, fuck me, it just lurches. The fact that these people made Oil Tycoon kind of makes sense. I feel like the Tycoon games are more like their speed. Is that gonna hurt? Oh. Like, the character sticks to walls. So it's really hard to sort of navigate these fucking corridors. On the plus side, it looks like it's really hard for these fat dinosaur things to navigate the corridors too. This is the shit that makes you appreciate Doom. Like, it's real easy to just look at Doom and go, oh yeah. But then you see, like, what the competition was like, and it's like, oh yeah, okay, I see now. No, you know, I just don't have space in my life for Hidden Below.
You fucking baby raper!
Okay. Hide and sink. I do love it when fucking devs do stuff that just appears to be so wildly out of their... Super hide and sink. Well, let's just start with the standard. Let's not... You sunk my interest. I mean, look, to be fair, credit where it's due, hide and sink is a good third-party knockoff name for Battleship. I have to give them that. Hieroglyph. Is this Soviet? Just post. Puzzle game. Alright. Let's watch a demo. Like, I think it's one of those, you know, pipe games, except I'm trying to get a little dude out of a pyramid, I suppose. I mean, I am not sure what the fuck's happening there. Yeah, it started again. Nope. I really should just run more things on demo. You are Stephen Scott, English gentleman, self-made millionaire, creator and designer of the world-famous roller toys. You have a flashy Lamborghini, a winning racehorse, and a big problem. Jody Leeds, the trainer of your horses, has been robbing you blind. It seems simple just to fire him, but things are seldom as they seem. An all-text adventure. Dick Francis. No, it's not memories. It was no. Oh God, one of those classical tunes I've heard a bazillion times. I can never remember the name of. I think it's one of the Spanish ones. That's gonna drive me nuts now. Angelsoft Interactive Fiction. I know that he released an audiobook, and I do have it, and I intend to listen to it, but there should be a Garth Marenghi text adventure game. It was a pleasure to take you for every penny I could. Jody's words ring venomously in your ears as you head toward the racecourse stables to the east, anxious to check your horse. Energize! Jody will follow my instructions and leave the horse here for the new trainer, you think to yourself as you continue toward the stables. But all your reassuring thoughts shatter like childish dreams as you see Jody supervising the loading of engine Energize into his van. I'm stealing your horse! Flying kick through windshield at Jody's stupid head. Oh. Well, that's a shame. Just like in Street Fighter 2, the animated movie. Oh, what the fuck is this? High stakes. Okay. Hi, come on. That's autism. Stunning SVGA graphics. Stunning SVGA graphics. These are games designed for people who can just draw a city after seeing a single picture of it once. This game is based on a horse racing fiction book. Bolero. That's it. There we go. That's right. Alright. Paradise. Oh, but to execute paradise. Ah, fucking. Sigma balls. Alright, the executables don't want to play, apparently. It can tell I'm not autistic enough. Oh, there we go. Fucking look at that. Had to fucking shut the goddamn thing down. Oh, wait, no, I think I know what it is. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, no. This will keep it from having to do that every time it fucking loads a goddamn game. I have to listen to that later. Bolero is Spanish, isn't it? It's gotta be Spanish. That doesn't sound like fucking French. I don't think this is the game. I think this is like just some fucking Jesus. I don't fucking. Well, that can get fucked.
You fucking baby raper!
Didn't I just play something called High Octane a minute ago? The fuck was that? I did! High Octane. High Octane. Horse racing card game. Like, the Switch is getting close to 10 years old. Like, and it was, again, the chip in that thing is fucking ancient when it was released. Oh. Fuck off, there's not enough memory. Fuck you, not enough fucking memory to run a fucking top-down little scooty race game. Fuck you. Tell me fucking not like... I'll show you not enough fucking memory, you motherfucker. Haha! What the fuck? I think this is like a track builder. I don't want that. Ah! Okay. I got mouse, that's fun. Meow. Alrighty, what do we got here? Brake, accelerate. Alright. I'm the yellow one, okay. I mean, I feel like some sound would be spiffy, you know? Like, it would, I mean, it would probably suck. It would just be like, nee. But, you know, like, this actually is surprisingly controllable for a little, what looks like a Newgrounds game. I feel like this might have actually been a Newgrounds game. This is the kind of old Yep. This is the kind of old arcade fucking game you'd have, like, racing game you'd have played with, like, a spinner. You know, not even like a real wheel exactly, just one of those eternity things that you can just fucking loop around and around. I mean, I don't know. I like games like that, but also, like, that's not a very good, like, it actually controls reasonably well, but, like, also, I'd kind of expect some kind of fucking noise, you know? Like, just something. Even some, you know, kind of like the nerds from the fucking Simpsons, just I love that noise. Like, the noise they make when they, like, in Lisa the Beauty Queen, when they go to rush the fucking jocks. Oh, fuck. Fuck! Welcome to sadness. People live like this. Whatever gets grandma out of the off the fucking pokies, you know? We'll give her that. Look at that hair. That's a carapace. I've never heard of this TV game show. High stakes, big money, hard questions, and tough competition. All of this and more in the exciting computer version of the hit television show High Rollers. Hit the buzzer, answer the multiple choice questions, and you will win the chance to roll the dice for cash and prizes. At least there are questions. Oh, shit. That guy scares me. That picture scares me. Yeah, Yuzu kind of fucked up. Citra shutting down's a bummer. Because that was actually... That actually does the important job of emulation, and... particularly the Android one was just starting to show a bit more. Yuzu's already been forked, so I'm not particularly worried. But I do hope that the... I know there is another 3DS emulator floating around, but it's at a very early stage compared to Citra. I mean, they were hiding fixes for Tears of the Kingdom behind a paywall, which is not smart. Like, I do feel like the Patreon issue has kind of, like, forced some of these problems out into the open, you know, when it really was just, like, I'm just doing this because I'm a lunatic. It's kind of hard to yell at that and catch them, you know? The second there's money, I mean, A, people notice, and B, now you've got, like... traceable tethers. You don't want that. I'm gonna smash your head in with these giant dice. Oh, yeah, I mean, like, there's still rejigs in terms of, like, you know, but, like, in terms of Android, Yuzu was the most functional. Like, a lot actually surprised. The funniest thing about, like, emulating, like, Switch on Android is just how similar the architectures are to begin with. Like, it's just, you know, it's using a Tegra 1. Like, the fucking handheld I've got, the Pocket Pro, you know, the CPU it's got is way more powerful than the Switch. The Switch's GPU is a little bit more powerful, but not by a fucking lot. And it really just goes to show, it's like, just fucking, you know, the frustrating thing about, you know, I bought that when it first came out. I was like, oh, it looks really fucking fun, and there's a lot, like, you can see the potential of a lot of stuff. If the second version has a handheld part and a dock that actually does something, like a dock with bits in it that can fucking produce, you know, shit, you could have the handheld thing, and then you could have the screen going at the same time. And then you'd have access to the 3DS and DS games that they don't have any real way of giving to you now. And then, you know, you've finally got access. You'd have the Nintendo. You'd have something that does both, and you'd have, like, a really good console. And if you had a sensible, like, fucking, you know, online service, hopefully they just stick with this one. I don't want them to fucking, you know, try again. Is there a Mr. Maniac? See the board. No idea what's going on. Roll. Why is that lady called Maniac? What? Oh, okay, I gotta get rid of some numbers for some reason. Do I want high numbers or low numbers? I'll just go 1, 2, 3. Oh, okay, I had to buzz in on that one. I feel like they make a lot. Fuck. Who is that guy? I wonder if he's still alive. I bet he's dead, but his hair's still alive. Fucking look at that. That's amazing. That outdoes Conan. I mean, where Yuzu's at on Android as it stands isn't a pretty good place. I mean, it plays some stuff, and Switch, you know, on something like that is really just sort of a bonus. But like, I don't know. Like, I'm never gonna have. I can't imagine a situation where I'd be on Nintendo's side for anything like this, even if what Yuzu did was fucking stupid. Because they're just so needlessly fucking... Like, not only are they cunts about this stuff, but they're also just cunts about maybe putting the shit that, you know, putting this shit in a way that I can fucking get a hold of it. It's like they'll just not translate shit, they'll not release shit in the fucking West. This is, well, you know, there's... You could probably do that, you know. They'll fuck about with their fucking online service for their fucking game and then... You know, finally start, like just, even if at the Switch start, hey, we don't have a, you know, we're changing the online service, it'll be different, eventually there'll be Nintendo 64 games on this and stuff, you're like, oh, okay. And instead they're just really weirdly circumspect about answering basic questions. They're like, well, why am I going to invest in this? Why, you know, what am I going to believe you for? You just constantly like this, you just make things fucking difficult. I must have bought, like, fucking... whatever that thing's called. Metroid Prime, like, 3 fucking times now. You know? When I logged into fucking the Xbox Live's game service thing, the fucking... whatever, the PC one, whatever the thing's, Game Pass. When I logged into Game Pass for the first time, like, I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago or whatever the fuck. It brought up and reminded me that I had in like 2010 bought Fallout 3 on fucking Xbox. I was like, here's your copy of Fallout 3. It's like, oh. Neat. I mean, I don't have to buy it again? No. Because that's stupid. Dread Pirate Mingebeard. I'm some kind of English. That's going a bit quick. You know, so we know this stuff's feasible. That's just so staggeringly cunty. Oh, well, now that's just too slow. That feels right. Oh, Nintendo, the diehard Nintendo fans are some of the stupidest fucking humans.
Are you sure?
God, that is boring. You shouldn't use the words swashbuckling and strategy together like that. With an exclamation point, no less. Again, I like swashbuckling. Autistic people don't. You know, you're not getting both of us. We're two different markets. You're not gonna get both of us. It's literally like it's funny because I'll see people sort of struggling with dealing with like, you know, nut bars like this, and it's like ancient religions. They've literally dedicated themselves to something, and it's a pillar of their psyche. Their whole self, their sense of self, is attached to this external thing, and so they defend it like the self. That's just it. I've joked that they're connected to, Nintendo by an umbilical cord, except nothing, and it can be abusive. Like it doesn't matter. There's no pointing out that this is fucking stupid, because it's now a pillar of the self. Pointing out that it's stupid suggests that the thing that they've hitched themselves to is stupid. And that means they have to defend it, because they're defending something that is basically fucking themselves. Ew. I don't honestly say Nintendo are fucking worse than Disney for this shit. This is the terrible Atari Jaguar Highlander game, but on the DOS. 1 second. As far as I knew, they were coming around the park, so I didn't know they were coming through here. Oh, for the park? Well, it's for the back line of the property. Alright, property surveyors. Well, I mean, the thing is that the Nintendo cardboard was a cute, neat idea. You know? None of what they do requires the shitty things they do. It's just like Disney. None of the creative stuff necessitates the shitty fucking bullshit they do. Alright. The sad thing is this has this... Yeah, fucking fine. Don't be a fucking cunt all about it. Okay. Maybe I'll try this one last time to see if I don't have to fucking install it. Well, that's on me then. Yeah, like, I mean, assessments of the business are nothing to do with assessments of the weird cult-like behavior of people toward the business, because the cult-like behavior is a human thing. That's a separate issue. That can be pointed at anything. Again, this is the... You have to understand, like, the human animal and its needs in terms of, like, generating a sense of meaning and a sense of identity. And humans are a social creature, and that's something that people forget. So we struggle to do this independently. All of our social relevance and meaning is constructed through how we interact with external, structures, be they individuals, teams, clubs, kin groups, whatever. And these instincts are not well suited to the modern world. So a lot of these sort of, more standard ones have been, ultimately disrupted. Fucking look, just fuck you. Well, like, it's not even admit they were conned. Like, there is that can be an element to it, but like it's deeper than that. All right. Okay, maybe I'm not supposed to hear something. Okay, Highland. This is more effort than this game is worth. Let me fucking tell you. I don't know how. Fuck. Like, it's feeling ashamed for getting conned is like up here. That human cognition does that. The need for an identity and a sense of self is before that. It precedes that fucking secondary part. It's a thing that people don't actively think about. You know, it is. No, don't set auto start. Alright. How did I fucking install it? Is it this one? Because I did install it somewhere. I installed it to the fucking. Oh, fucking piece of shit. Fucking motherfucker. Oh, look. I'm not fucking. This is a waste of time. So, what we're going to do is, rather than piss fart around here, we're going to go take a little peek at the Atari Jaguar, the Jaguar CD, and the unbelievably terrible like, this is instinct. This is how we are built and how we work. You know, like, social, you know, there's a reason feelings of exclusion are intensely painful. There's a reason that pain bypasses, like, the fucking forebrain. Nothing else does this. I wonder if it's gonna fucking auto. Probably not. Probably waiting for me to fucking plug in my fucking Atari Jaguar controller, which I cannot be bothered doing. Alright, there appear to be some defaults at least. Yeah, but I mean, look at this. You know, it's got this Saturday morning cartoon fucking Highlander shit, which, you know... Yeah, but again, tribal is a result. This is all of this stuff. It's very deep. You take it away, but it's why you get like, yeah. And then the game is this, and like the combat in this is like, so if you like you tap A, right, or a button, but like if you let go of it at any point, you stop doing the attack, which just so you can just kind of like fucking do these. I mean, that is the best I've ever done on any of this fucking combat, though. That is fucking... I just karate'd that guy in the fucking throat. All-time piece of shit. All-time. For ages, I thought it was a point-and-click adventure game, and I really wanted to play it. And then I fucking got it loaded, and was just... So, guess what we're doing to the DOS version? Doesn't even want to play. It's a fucking baby raper.
You fucking baby raper!
I mean, it's why, you know, again, it's something that people really have to think about. Is a human by itself is useless. You know, we're pretty much like fucking ants when it comes to fucking how we function socially. It is built in. There are instincts to govern this. These are very, 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 very deep. These precede, they come before so much of the rest of our brains. Like how we fucking, you know, think comes after these weird surges designed to promote, you know, certain degrees of social function. And they're just not equipped to deal with a civilization of billions and the degree of signaling that it gets these days. You know, like in the old, like, you know, the ancient times in a kin group, you'd maybe, you know, your shame about something might, you know, it could be significant, but would also, it would be a high peak, but a fairly, you know, a drop off, you know, because you're only dealing with a small fucking social group. You know, today it's the signal can blast out to like billions, and the mind's just not, you know, there to cope with it. Oh, this is fucking craps. Who's this for? Like, honestly, who enjoyed this? I love that sounds are an option. Like, I'm always going to turn them on because I'm always curious, but then it's just like... Bleh. The Jaguar is just such an amazing system of just fucked ideas. Lord, something might be fun. The time and place of the story are unknown. Danger of world destruction. I have a car with a spoiler. Okay. So at least we have a way of fucking troubleshooting the speed early. That's about right. I'm enjoying this so far. Alright, now it's still going a bit fast. But I can't touch the edges. So it's kind of like a fucking, you know, a shooter, but like, ow. You know, with the added hassle, of, having to not bump the fucking edges. Alright, so I'd have to slow that down a fair bit more. But, you know, honestly, that was like, that feels like another one of those Amiga games. You know, there's just something about those graphics and some of those fonts. I'm gonna check where the fuck's Amiga. There you go. Alright, where's Highway Fighter? Huh. Oh my god, High Seas Trader. Hey. I feel like these are related. This feels like a fucking sequel to that Master System game, actually. One man, one car, one mission. I mean, the pictures on the back look like the same fucking game. I realize this. Which is the sequel? Okay, that's from '94. I think these are the same game. Just for, like, I don't know, different markets, maybe? I was gonna stop here, but I mean, if it's the same fucking game, I may as well fucking play it. Yeah, like, horrific beep noise or silence is just, it's always the fucking choice for these things, which I just find very funny. Because, like, I don't like the silence, but why would you fucking want the horrific I mean, you know, this is all looking very familiar. I think this is like the full version or something. Yeah. I mean, this is more fun now. I've slowed it down, you know, a little bit more. Ow. Who's got, like, just fucking guns on their fucking road like a maniac, huh? Who does that? What's wrong with you? Look, fuck off, helicopter. Alright, what's that? Oh, hell yeah. It's ramming speed time. Oh, do I get two? Ah. Disappointed. Who's fucking lobbing balls? Oh, hell yeah. I own the roads. I'm out of missiles. Oh, that's fun. Tomorrow is Highway Patrol 2. Titus. Maybe? I should get my spinner involved. Got one in here somewhere. Kind of fiddly to get to work, though. A little bit of a challenge, the old spinneroni. Alright. Yeah, I played, like, the start of Cyberpunk, like, the most recent... No, not the most recent, but, like, you know, when they finally fixed it and upgraded it and appeared to have gotten it to be something approximating what it was supposed to be when it was released. Then it crashed and I just haven't gotten around to getting back to it. I haven't been playing much of the AAAs. I still gotta finish Alan Wake. I'm like right at the start of the last fucking mission, but like part of me wants to fiddle about and see if I can complete some of the other cases. Like, I think I got some stray bits left over hither and thither. But then another part of me is just like, oh, who cares? Just get it fucking finished. Just go beat evil writer, man. I just, you know, like a lot of I quite enjoyed a lot of that game, and I feel like in a lot of ways, it's Remedy's sort of best at bat. Like even ignoring things like the the graphics and all that stuff. Like just in terms of like having the game produce what I think they were actually aiming to produce, I did enjoy this one. I just don't give a flying fuck about like Scratch as a villain. I just don't care. I think it's stupid. Like, was that always meant to be Scratch we were talking to when he was out there? Because that kind of doesn't fit. But like, also, I mean, it's not a major negative to it, but I don't see the utility of just being able to decide when you play as like Saga and when you play as Alan. I just don't see what that was for. Like, you should just have it in blocks. Just now you're this, now you're that. I don't know what the utility was to the storytelling or to any other part of the game to let the player decide when to be who. Like, I just alternated anyway, because, like, fuck it. Ah, look, you can see the cat there. Sleeping away. Their stupid cat dreams. Yeah, like, I mean, in a way, it really is like a wonderful. Like, that's the thing about the game is there are times when I'm not sure if it's a parody or an homage or not. Bits that feel like parody, and you know, Scratch is that. I mean, I get that it's meant to be some sort of cosmic scale evil. It's not really him exactly, but you know, it's me, but a dick is just put some tentacles on it or something. You know, give me something to look at here. I just, it just seems such an odd thing to do. Like, why is this part user controlled? What does this produce? Who knows? But I mean, like, I sort of feel that there's always that little bit with Remedy games. There's like this really big, broad idea, but they've never really had the fucking chops to fucking get the, get the meat of it to fit the fucking shell of it. Like it was my big problem with Control. Is this really nifty idea? This anything can anything can be weird, and then every goddamn thing in it was just what's this? Oh, it's just kind of like a ripple in space that throws shit at you. Like it really sort of got to me when I was reading one bit in there. It was about like, oh, something about a werewolf, and it wasn't a werewolf. It was just a ripple in space, and it's like, why couldn't it just been a fucking werewolf? You have everything. You have this space where like anything can be real and happen, and it's like that's cool. And then every fucking thing is just, oh yeah, look at this. What is it? Oh, it's a regular object that does shit. Like there was one good bit in like I think the DLC missions where there was like a video camera, and you had like there was an actual creative, entertaining boss fight against the video camera. But the rest of the time, it's an evil fridge. What's it do? You know, some shit. It's like fucking think of something. It thinks it's a fucking person and you're all fridges, and it tries to get your organs out because it wants to eat them. And it just scurries after you on funny little like baby legs. It's like it just has that fucking bootleg SCP quality to it. Like the shit you read at the very, very bottom of the fucking list. It's like, oh yeah. Oh, it's another floating lamp, is it? Feel free to get weird. If your entire setting is this is a weird place where anything weird can happen, have a room that's all fingers for some reason. Like though every wall is just fingers. Just fucking no bad ideas. Do whatever the fuck they did to get fucking Gremlins 2 the way it was. Get that fucking idea room going. Just like they come up with this one fucking theme and then they just stick to it, and it's just like, it's a ripple. Okay, something's floating. All right, throw this shit at you. This one's an anchor. Lamp monster. All right. Today is Thursday. Tomorrow I might do a Friday night one actually, because there are a few little horror demos I wouldn't mind having a little peeky at. God, may they come out slightly. So I hate fucking this. Is hey, that looks good. It'll come out in like 5 years or some shit if you're lucky. And the problem is, you know, it's not like a regular situation where I can even be mad. You know, it's like half of these things are getting made by like just a guy in his spare time. And it's like, okay, I can't get angry at that. I want to, but I can't because it's a guy by himself making fucking games, and that's you know, I'm sure that's challenging, and there's life and things like that. That's fine. Then here I am, just like too many of the damn things. God damn it. And I'm gonna die one day, and then I won't be able to fucking see what the next one's gonna be like, and that's very annoying to me. Fuck it. All right. So keep an eye peeled. It'll be a public one because you know there's no point doing fucking demos behind a paywall. It's just sort of stupid. There might be one or two games, depending on what I get downloaded and how long any of them are. Subscriber Saturday will be Pineapple and Pizza and Death Face Tree, Deadwood, Darkwood, Dink Twig. Yeah, I mean, I will refuse to die. I'm just gonna eat people at a certain point, at a certain age, around 80, and just gonna start, you know, I don't know, getting like anti-vax influences or something, and just eating them. Whether that extends my life or not, it's really fucking secondary. They will be alive when I start to eat them. Alright, well, reminder, make the number go up. Watch my show, or I'll bash your fucking kids.